All right, I want to transition and talk a little bit about resilience. And resilience is a powerful principle for us in life because we all will be faced with hard. And I want to share some personal experiences for you, how I learned the power of resilience for me. And there's lots of these that each of us have in our life. Nobody gets through life without hard, without things that are difficult, that are challenging, that knock us down a step, that may break our hearts or just put us in a place where we're humbled. And I think that's important for all of us to have that and to be in those places and recognize them. But resilience is the opportunity that we have to be tough or better when it's hard. And hard doesn't change, we change. Our ability to handle hard changes. So let me share an experience with you that I had when I was playing football at Weber State. I transferred there from Snow College and was a junior and had an opportunity to play. Had a fantastic spring. Spring ball was great. I was right at the top relative to the starter and had an opportunity to be on the field a lot. All through fall camp, was featured many times in the newspaper by the coaching staff, and good things were happening, and it was really exciting. The last scrimmage right before our first game, about 10 days before the first game, in the scrimmage I got stepped on my ankle by one of our running backs as I was blocking. I played tight end. And my ankle ballooned huge. It didn't hurt that bad. It felt more like a scrape, and we just couldn't kind of figure out what was wrong. So I healed and healed and healed, and it just wasn't right. Multiple x-rays. Finally got it looked at through ultrasound, and they realized that there was an issue, some compromise in the ankle, but when the swelling was down, they said, let's give it a shot. Let's see how it feels. So the first rep in that practice, I catch a pass, and I pivot, and I feel my ankle just explode. Felt like I got shot. And I drop right to the ground, and know something major is wrong. I could feel the percussion escape out my shoulders. It was a horrible feeling. Get pulled over to the side by the trainers and limp off, and hurting, a little bit in tears, laying on the side, bewildered and not really knowing what's wrong, but knowing that it's bad. Trainers do their thing, work my ankle over, figure it out, and the trainer turns to me, the head trainer turns and says, what you've done is essentially you've blown out your ankle, and this is a 12-week repair, and your season's done. And they wrap my ankle with ice, and everybody walks away. And so I'm there alone, my foot up on my helmet, in pads, so excited for all that had come, and then sitting there with an absolutely broken heart. And knowing that the season and all the work and all the effort and all the energy that I put into that experience was done. And I was reeling. It was a really hard time. I felt super alone, and I felt like there's no way that this hard should be happening to me. I just couldn't understand why. Over the next weeks and over time, I was able to gain some perspective in that heart. I was given things that I could not have got any other way in that heart. Now let me jump forward in life to several years later, in the midst of a horrible divorce and really hard times, heartbroken in a similar place, totally alone and feeling those things too. And the only thing that I could bring back in that resilience was I remember that I had seen hard before, that it had taught me, that it had built me, that it had changed me. And that resilience, that hard earlier in life built me in a way I had a reservoir to draw from that I could be strong in this hard too. Resilience is a power that we work through hard in a way that it makes us strong. Right, as I said earlier, the hard doesn't change, but we become more powerful to work through that hard. Ralph Waldo Emerson had an amazing quote that said, it's not that the task will change, but our ability to do it will increase. And that's what resilience gives us. So when you're in the face of hard, know that there are lessons to be learned. Know that later in your life, you will be able to draw from that hard to get you through the next hard that will come. And that's what resilience will do, and it will take you to amazing places.